Hello everybody, I am Oscar W. Fitchett, and New Year's Dash has happened, which is essentially the New Japan equivalent of the Raw after Mania. It's the New Japan show that takes place in Kirkwood Hall the night after their big Tokyo Dome show, Wrestle Kingdom. And I did say in my thoughts for Wrestle Kingdom 12 that if anything really of note happened within New Year's Dash is that I would talk about it, and a few things did happen of note, so I'm going to talk about it. The first main thing of note that happened within New Year's Dash is that after a match between, I guess you can say, Bullet Club and Taguchi Japan, Cody just decided to try to murder Kota Ibushi, because Cody seems to be a psychopath right now. Well, he's the American Nightmare, and sometimes he can be very Patrick Bateman-y, which kind of fits, actually. Yeah, I never really put those two things together. I never really connected Patrick Bateman and Cody Rhodes until now, but that really does fit quite perfectly. Interesting. Anyway, Cody tried to murder Kota Ibushi, not quite to the extent that Pete Dunne tried to murder Travis Banks. Marty Scurll was kind of like, what are you doing, stop. And Brandy was encouraging Cody to try to commit murder. Who came to the rescue? None other than everyone's favourite gaijin right now, Kenny Omega. For people who are not as educated amongst Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, will probably just think, oh, this is just reigniting their Cody's and Kenny's little feud thing that they had kind of in June at Dominion. Remember that time in Dominion where Cody and Kenny kind of had a bit of a scuffle? Not really a scuffle, they kind of had disagreements. So that's kind of reigniting that. But for people who do know about Kenny and Kota, it's the Golden Lovers, my friends, the Golden Lovers. And you know, they just keep teasing us with this stuff, don't they? My emotions always freaking flare up with these two. Not because I'm like in love with them. I am to a professional wrestling sense, but I'm not, I wouldn't marry any of them. It's pure anime, just beauty. In a sense, I mean, you know, they had friendship and they had battles, but they were just a team. And then Kenny became Bullet Club, and then it was just all of this. It's like my favorite ongoing storyline in professional wrestling right now. And it was just that one shot of like when Kenny was like just saying to Cody, just stop it, Cody, no. And then you just saw like Kota Ibushi just like in like kind of out of the ring, just kind of like this. I'm not sure if he was crying, like, but like, and then I started to like kind of cry. I didn't cry. Okay, maybe crying's a bit of a strong term. I didn't cry during this segment. I got some chills, I got some tingles, I got some goosebumps at the potential of something with Kenny and Kota now. I need that. I need that in life at some point. I need the eventual Kenny Omega versus Kota Ibushi match, please. Please? But the main story from this moment is after Kenny kind of told the rest of the Bullet Club to shoo, go away, leave. He then got a mic. The first mic didn't work, so he got another microphone, and he said, like, we can't keep having dissension in the Bullet Club. We need to stay as a team. And we need to be a team again. That's what Bullet Club needs to be. And then he called out Switchblade Jay White. So in his mind, he thought that what would fix the dissension within the Bullet Club, which I think dissension is only inevitable. I think Kenny versus Cody is inevitable. But anyway, Kenny called out Switchblade Jay White. Jay White came out. They did a whole thing. I kind of like expected. I didn't think Jay White would join Bullet Club. I don't know. I was like, I kind of predicted it before it happened. But what happened was Kenny Omega gave Jay White a Bullet Club shirt. Say, join Bullet Club. And then Jay White put the shirt on. Jay White then threw up a bit of the too sweet. Kenny was like, no, we can't do the too sweet anymore because, you know, cease and desist. So he didn't want sweet him. He offered him a hug, and then they gave, like, Jay White and Kenny hugged. Kenny raised Jay White's hand, and then Jay White kind of just did this whole thing, and then hit him with the Blade Runner, which is an amazing name for a finishing move, even if I'm not a fan of the film. Looks like we're going to have Jay White versus Kenny Omega for the US title, which I am perfectly fine with. I think those two could work wonders with each other. I said in my thoughts on Wrestle Kingdom that Jay White and Tanahashi, their match, it wasn't quite an in-ring clinic, it was a storytelling clinic, if anything else. But I think with Kenny Omega and Jay White, that can be an in-ring clinic, and that is definitely a match that I really want to see. There was like 3 major things, and that's one of them. The next like big major thing coming out of New Year's Dash was, it looks like Minoru Suzuki, who tragically shaved his hair, and he came into Hurricane Hall, he took the towel off, and he was bald, and everyone gasped, and I cried. I was like, oh! I had an emotional time watching New Year's Dash between Kenny and Coda, and Minoru Suzuki and no hair. It was tragic. He seems to be challenging Hiroshi Tanahashi for the Intercontinental title. You know, I'm fine with Suzuki versus Tanahashi for the IC title. That seems fine to me. They put on a 5-star match, didn't they, at King of Pro Wrestling in 2012, if I remember correctly? I didn't see it, but from what I understand, that is what happened. And the third and final, like, big thing that happened in New Year's Dash is that Naito's next feud looks like it's going to be Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, man, he's like the most, he's like in competition with Suzuki, and like who can be the heelist. God's sake, Jericho just wants to murder everyone. That should be Jericho's nickname, just the murderer, Chris Jericho in New Japan, because that's all he seems to be doing right now. So yeah, you remember that little setup, the thing where it was like, where Naito and Jericho had some Twitter beef, and some people were legitimately like, is Jericho legitimately like starting shit with Naito? Is he shooting on Naito? Basically, here's what I'm going to say. If Jericho is having some beef with someone on Twitter that's a wrestler, odds are that's going to be his next feud, because it happened with Kenny Omega and it's happened with Naito. I don't know where this will take place. I can't see this taking place on any of the New Beginning shows, because I just don't know. Are they saving this for Strong Style Evolved? Maybe. That's the only place where I can imagine this happening, is at Strong Style Evolved, but who knows? This might happen at New Beginning. But another big thing about this is this confirms Jericho's, you know, he's not just a one and done thing at the moment with Kenny Omega and New Japan. He's doing this thing with Naito as well. It'd be cool if he could be involved with like at least the New Japan Cup. At the moment, we're getting Naito and Jericho at some point, which is exciting because there's a lot of similarities between the two, and that's money right there. Who messaged me? But amidst all the things that have been confirmed with like Jay White and Omega, Tanahashi and Suzuki, Naito and Jericho, there's been one thing that hasn't been confirmed that I'm really curious about, and that is, who is Okada facing at New Beginning? Nothing's really been confirmed. Usually stuff like that for the heavyweight title usually is confirmed at New Year's Dash, but nothing's really been confirmed this time, which is very interesting. The first thing that occurred to me was, is Sanada facing Okada? Because Naito handed Okada to Sanada for Sanada to do his TKO finishing move, but Sanada's one half of the tag team champions, so I don't think they would do that. I would think they would have him face someone else, so I really don't know. Yeah, thank you all for watching. If you go into the description in this video, there's everything in the description is there for what you need in life. That's everything you need in life right there in the description. And next time, guys, I shall see you all later, and see ya.